Oh, Wasted World of Sports, ahoy! How are we doing? I haven't seen you guys since State of Origin. And what a shambles that was, let's be honest. If you're a New South Wales Blues supporter, it was a horrible night. But anyways, let's not relive bad memories. Let's get on with NRL Round 15. I can't believe that we are over the halfway point in this NRL season. It's just flown by. You know, I put that down to streaming almost every week. Just personally. I don't know how it is for you lot out there, but for me, that's definitely been the case. This season has just flown by. Now, usually you would put that down to, what do they say? They say time flies when you're having fun. A good game goes very quickly. A good season probably goes very quickly too. I wouldn't necessarily say that this has been a good season. It's gone bloody quick though. James Intox, ahoy there, mate. You know, I'm still struggling, I've got to be honest, but I'm a lot better than I was. You know what? State of Origin live stream, I was getting messages from family members going like, are you okay? Like, seriously, legitimately, are you okay? Because we were watching the stream and you looked like you were about to die. Live on camera, you were about to pass out in front of the entire world. Well, not the entire world, but you know what I mean. It really wasn't that bad. I was just all kinds of... Oh, what have we got there? Thank you very much for the follow there. Darren Lockyer is falling over. I can't see that. That's way too small for my old... You know what? I need glasses. I've needed glasses since I was 16 years old, and I'm a little bit older than 16, and I still need them, and I haven't got them. Very slack. I couldn't see that. But thank you for the follow. Thank you very much for the follow there, whoever that was. Oh, it's up again. There's a new one. There's a new one following. Okay, that's way too small. I've got to move it over to this screen. I still can't see it. Well, for God's sake. Anyway, thank you for the follows. I do very much appreciate it. Yeah, the Darren Lockyer falling over gif and the text there that pops up on the screen whenever there's a follow, a little bit too small for my eyes. It is Korea. Oh, not Korea necessarily. Koreax 626. First time chat. I'll tell you what, I'm going to share something with you. I don't usually do this for first time chatters, but I'm going to share this. All I ask, I don't ask for much. All I ask, just check in from time to time. I understand that there's a lot of people using the Discord server and, abusing it, so to speak. That's obviously going to happen. There's no way for me to really control that. I'm happy for people to jump on in there and enjoy my shared screen. All I ask is that you check in from time to time and, keep the chat room ticking over. If you enjoy my commentary, of course, keep my commentary on. Bobsy, ahoy there, mate. How are you doing? Welcome along. James says, do you think the Sharkies have this one? I would like to think so. The Sharks, though, have a tendency in recent years. Now, obviously, things are a little bit different this year. But the Sharks in recent years have a tendency to really fall away when they should be winning. You know what I mean? And the Titans have traditionally been a team that they fall away against. So we'll see. There's been some positive signs that they've turned a corner this season, but there's also been hints of the old Sharks still in there. So we'll see. If this were at the Gold Coast, I would be feeling less confident than I am right now. I'm happy they're at home. They should be able to see this one through. That's the theory I'm working with anyways. And my stream's already behind, god damn it. Okay, we've caught up. The game has kicked off. It's officially underway. And it is the Sharks with first use of the ball. My stream already fell behind a little bit. But yes, I do hope the Sharks have it in them to really dominate this game. I mean, they should win quite comfortably. And Nico Hines celebrating his birthday. What a birthday present it would be. Gemstone Gaming, ahoy there. On Hines, on his birthday, goes high. First up and putting the pressure on the Titans receiver. He's taken it well, though. Marju. Eel Fries, ahoy there, mate. How are you doing? I'll tell you what, I'm excited for that Eels-Roosters game later on tonight. That should be a good one. I'm honestly, I'm leaning towards the Eels. I think at home they should be just too good. But the way the tipping's been going for me in recent weeks, the fact that I'm on board with the Eels is probably horrible news for Eels supporters everywhere. They're like, no, Dan, no, don't do it. Every time you support our team, they suck. Don't do it. Xavier Brown, new to NRL. Been watching lots of NRL this season. You're from Melbourne. So you're on the Storm bandwagon. That makes sense. Don't know what I was thinking about going for Oh, so you're on the Storm bandwagon, but you're a Parramatta supporter, Xavier. Interesting. Very, very interesting. What sort of led you to go for Parramatta there? What made you choose Parramatta? I'm always interested to know how that eventuates. How do we choose the teams that we choose to go for? There's obviously a lot of parental influence that goes into it. Family influence. Heel Fries, your multi is Sharks 1-12, Hines and Ramian to score anytime. Okay, so speaking of SGMs, same game multis, you can see. I'll read it out for those of you that maybe you're on a small device, can't see the thing there. That's fair enough. So I've gone all in on the Sharks. I've got Katoa, Talakai, and Mulatalo, anytime try scorers. And I've also got Tino, Big Tino for the Gold Coast to score a try for them. And I've also got a two-leg multi going on. Sione Katoa, first try scorer. Here's Will Kennedy. Does a little jink. Has a little elusive run, but he can't break the line. And here he is, the first try scorer, Katoa, making a small break upfield. We need him to make a big break, though. Oh, and it's come loose here, and it's Titans ball. And this is not a very good start from, well, either team, really, to be honest. So yeah, two-leg multi, Sione Katoa, first try scorer, and the overall points to be above 44. So we'll see how those eventuate. I'm not expecting the first try. You know, first try scorer I usually stay away from. Titans looking very threatening here, and then he's knocked the ball on. And this has been a mess of a game to start with. 5 minutes into this game, and there's been knock on, knock on, knock on. It's 3 o'clock. Welcome, ahoy there, one-legged hobbly guy. I suppose you would be quite hobbly if you were one-legged, wouldn't you? Is it too early for pizza? I had some for breakfast. Not at all. I'll tell you what, if it's leftover breakfast, Jesus. If it's leftover pizza from the night before, that is the perfect next day breakfast, especially if you're hungover like I always am. Great next morning breakfast. Isaiah Gorogo. Ahoy there. Mulatalo, Wallace, and Tino. And Hines. Another knock on here. And this game is an absolute mess. What a mess, a shambles of a start this is for both teams, to be honest. Hines with the short ball, and he could not handle that. And this is horrible. This is a top 8 team playing a bottom of the table team and being brought down to their level. And Fitzy doesn't look happy, and who can blame him? And actually, Josh Henne looks very confused. Josh Henne looks like he does. Josh Henne looks like me every morning waking up. I wake up every morning and wonder what the hell's going on. Heel Fry says, Daniel, the type of guy to be hungover at a funeral. No, never. Never. Never hungover. I'm the type of guy to be drunk at a funeral. Absolutely. But hungover, no. Especially if it's for one of my mates, you know. If I'm at a funeral for one of my mates, they would expect me to be me, you know what I mean? And therefore, anything less than complete and total Dan Intox, 100%, all in on that character, they would expect no less. That's the way I like to think of it anyways. Fifth and last here, Titans. They're only 25 out. The high ball is put up, and Katoa actually holds on to it. That's a good start. And here's a penalty for the Sharks. For something. I don't know what it was for. The Titans don't know what it was for either. They're putting their arms up in the air like, what? Inside 10 meters is what it's officially for. But look at I'm just looking through the NRL log, you know, the play-by-play game log, because not a whole lot has happened here in the first 8 minutes. We've got, kickoff. 51 seconds, a bomb by Nicholas Hines. 3 minutes 49, error, Brinton Nakora. 4 minutes 22, error, Beau Fermor. 5:21, error, Royce Hunt. 7 minutes, penalty, offside, inside 10. You can't make this up. Like, that is the play-by-play on NRL.com so far. So little has happened. So little good has happened. It's all errors and penalties. Unbelievable, that is. Sharks have got the ball here. 10 meters out from the line now on tackle 4. They got a piggyback penalty upfield, so that was good for them. They just need to hold on to the ball and try and make something of it. Where's the birthday boy? There he is. Nicho Hines out the back to Moylan. Kennedy's in the line. Oh, he was taken a little bit high there. And he's lost the ball. And there's another error. And that's going to be another error on the play-by-play. And this game is an absolute bloody shambles. Somebody's YouTube. Ahoy there. Welcome along. Another error. Oh, he wasn't taken high at all. That was a good, solid hit. Everybody's made some errors to start this game. Blocker, Steve Blocker Roach on commentary just saying, geez, the Sharks have made some errors to start this game. Both teams have. Just go through the... Oh, my goodness, I can't believe. I've never seen a play-by-play that for the first 10 minutes of the game is just an error log, essentially. And now, an offload behind everybody into the in-goal by the Titans, and they're taking over the dead ball line. It just gets worse for everybody. That is another error. An offload 10 meters out from his own line that's gone behind everybody and into the in-goal. And it's going to be a dropout and Sharks ball. I can't believe this. I cannot believe what we are seeing. Dropout was not very good either. Let's put that down as an error just because. But Royce Hunt back in the game. Oh, and he's trying an offload. It's gone backwards, luckily for him, but that's another loose ball. And now it's worked out all right for the Sharks. They're tackle 2, 5 meters out. A crash ball over the line, held up. I just can't believe how terrible this is. Toby Rudolph over the line, held up. Neither team looking good at all in any capacity at the moment. All right, they go to the right-hand side. Nico Hines is out there. It's tapped on. Here goes Sione Katoa. Steps inside and scores. First try, Sione Katoa. If it's awarded, then this is a great start for our Maltese. Oh! Tap on and try, Sione Katoa. I pulled it out of my ass, to be perfectly honest, for Katoa for first try scorer. Watch me not get the... Oh, the way that this game's going, there is no chance of getting the over 44. No chance. But anyways, I've got Katoa in my four-leg same-game multi as well. Try confirmed. So we can go ahead and we can tick those off. All right, there's leg one in the four-leg multi. Sione Katoa. And we can also put... whoops. God, I've put way too many ticks. All right, there we go. We can put Sione Katoa first try scorer. I think it... Hang on, let me check. Let me check my phone here. I think it's over 44. 44 seems like a lot. All right, pending bets. Yeah, over 44 match points. That's not happening. That's not happening today. Especially with Nico Hines goal kicking. To be fair to Nico Hines and his success rate so far this year, the Sharks score a lot of the Sharks score a lot of tries out wide. I think the Sharks score more tries out wide than most other teams, you know what I mean? And there is the first miss. Again, Nico Hines from out wide. I think that's affecting his success rate. But we got Sione Katoa, first try scorer. We got Sione Katoa in the four-leg multi for any time try scorer. I'll tell you what, I've also got a sneaky little bet. That crosses into the next game. Panthers Warriors. So, cool Vine, thank you very much for the follow. Cool Divine. Cool to Vine. Thank you very much for the follow there. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I've also got a sneaky bet that crosses into the next game as well. It's basically all my try scorers. I've got all my same try scorers. Katoa, Talakai, and Mulatalo carry over to the next game. Panthers Warriors. As part of like a 6 or 7 leg multi. Actually, I also need Sharks by 13 plus, Panthers by 13 plus. Anyways, we'll get into it next game. Next game, Panthers Warriors coming up after this, after a half-hour break. I can get into it then, but yeah, the try scorers from this game do carry over into a multi for the next game as well. Just to throw that out there. I don't have it on the screen anywhere. It's just something to keep in the back of your minds that I do have that going on. Yeah, my last... and it's open. Okay. Wow. Calm down. All right. Calm down, everybody. All right, there was a show and go. There was a dummy straight through the gap. And as I often say, if it looks too easy, it probably is. Isaac Leo has just gone straight through a gaping hole that turned out to be an obstruction. I'll tell you what, the obstruction rule in that's off the side of the boot, that little jab into touch from Nico Hines. But yes, the last multi that I won was a multi across a few different games. And I seem to be having more success with those this year than I am the same game multis. That's for sure. But Sharks ball. We're approaching a quarter of the way through this game. Moylan steps inside, offloads. Wade Graham calling his troops forward. Come with me as I march forward, says the captain. And I'll tell you what, Wade Graham's the captain, but Dale Finucane is back in the side. I think he might be on the bench. I'm not sure. He might be starting from the bench, Finucane. but a good man to have back in the squad. Moylan steps, goes himself, scores. Try for the Sharks out of nowhere. The Titans were standing back thinking it's only Matt Moylan. They were thinking what I was thinking. It's only Matt Moylan. We don't need to worry about this. And then suddenly, Matt Moylan, after about 6 years, finds his sidestep again and actually does some damage. Very, very poor defense from the Titans. Toby Sexton has flipped over himself. Matt Moylan off the left foot. Toby Sexton does a barrel roll. And then gets kicked in the face for his troubles. Not only does he miss the tackle, he gets kicked in the face. Oh, insult to injury. And just like that, it's the Sharks up 8-0. And really, Nicho Hynes, if he misses this kick, then he should be abolished from goal-kicking duties forever. So I think it's about to be 10-0 to the Sharks. So Hynes today, 0 from 1. Season 62%, career 70%. As I was saying, I think his goal count... Oh, God, he's missed it. No, it's hooked back. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that scared me. But yes, he has kicked it. I think it scared him too. He's gone a bit... Interesting that James Hooper just said Matt Moylan winding the clock back to when he was at the Panthers there. And I have just said in my commentary, Matt Moylan, finding form from 7 years ago. I don't know how long ago it was that he was at the Panthers, but yeah. I remember when Matt Moylan was tagged as the next big thing. He just never quite did it, did he? Never quite got there. Anyways, good for him. Good for him. Obviously, the Titans saw him as a very little threat, much as I did. And I'm a supporter. Risky offload in their own territory here, the Sharks. But, when things are going your way, you may as well ride the wave. And this is a great post-contact meters again here. And their tackle too, 40 meters out. Brayley out of dummy half. Short ball, they're almost up to the halfway line. They've got a real roll on here. Tackle for 40 out from the Gold Coast line. It's going to be an attacking kick again at the end of this set. Oh, Royce Hunt breaks through. It's going to be a very attacking kick. They're suddenly 18 meters out on tackle 5, looking for a 6 again. Moylan on the short side dinks it over the top. Mulatalo's up above everybody, taps it back, but the Titans bring it away. And it's been a knock-on by the Titans, I think. No, knock-on by Mulatalo first, and then by the Titans. It's Titans' ball. Robert M., our stats man at the back. He was at the Panthers from 2013 to 2017. So I was pretty close. I was pretty close with my... what did I say? 7 years. I was fairly close with my 7-year statement then. But I remember that. The Sharks swapped the absolute worst trade in NRL history, I called it, when the Sharks swapped Moylan for Maloney. Panthers got Maloney, went on to win the premiership, and we got stuck with Moylan. Here's a chance now. Titans, dummies. Oh, what a dummy. And he goes himself and scores a try. It's not Big Tino. We needed Big Tino. It's Beau Fermor. We needed Tino for the multi. And I'll tell you what, I'm reminiscing about Moylan at the Panthers, and out of nowhere, from inside their own 40, Beau Fermor now. Dummies, Will Kennedy, big time. Oh, he sold the dummy hardcore. What a dummy. I'll tell you what, the over 44 is looking good now because this is about to be 10-6. It was a bit of a scrappy start to this game, but now both teams are scoring tries at will. Oh, points. Hey, look, I'll tell you what. Even if the Sharks were to lose, like none of my multis rely on the Sharks winning. Well, except for the one that carries over into the Panthers game. That requires the Sharks to win by 13 plus. But that was just that wasn't an important. That was just one of those bets that you put on just for the sake of it. You put those bets on just for the hell of it because they pay so much. You don't necessarily expect to win. All right, hang on. Let me bring up the thing here. Because I don't put a lot of money on I put $10 maximum. $10 maximum is what I generally put on my multis. Isaako converts. It's 10 points to 6. And we are a quarter of the way through this game now. 10 points to 6, 16 points. The strike rate's looking good for my overs. Okay, so the Sione Katoa first try scorer and overs is okay. Sione Katoa to score first try and over 44 match points. So for a $10 stake, that returns $125. They're offloading again inside the 10-meter line. The Titans, that one worked out all right for them, though. Must be said. Now here's Big Tino. Big Tino with the hit up. Yeah, so with the other ones, okay, so the 4-leg multi for the anytime try scorers, if that one pays out, that's going to be $235 winnings for a $10 stake. And I've also got the one that crosses the 2 games. It is a mixed multi, okay? If all those selections win, it's $150 for a $10 stake. So yeah, I never go beyond a $10 stake. The payout, I always go for at least $10 odds so that I get $100 from a $10 stake. It's worked out all right for me in the past. Not necessarily going too well this season. I made a couple of grand last season before I started streaming. I start streaming, and then suddenly it's like, screw you. Now that you're putting yourself out there in the public domain, you're not going to win anymore, you son of a bitch. We're on to you. And yeah, the wins have not been as plentiful this season. I would dare say that I'm probably breaking even, though, across the wins, because, I win $100 at a time, lose 10, 20, depending on how many I've got on in a game. Usually I only have the one bet on, but I've been so quiet recently because I've been sick. I've put multiple bets on today. Doesn't usually go that way. So, I'm probably pretty close to breaking even, if not slightly ahead for the season so far. But certainly nowhere near as well as I did last season. Was insane. I did so well before I started streaming this crap. It's always the way, isn't it? Put yourself out there in the public domain and start streaming and put yourself out there. It all goes to hell, doesn't it? All goes to hell in a handbasket, as they say. Anyways, Titans got the ball here. We got a little bit sidetracked with same-game multi-talks. Titans are on the attack. They've swung the momentum in this game. Oh, Moylan has touched it. That's going to be 6 again. No, it's going to be a penalty. It's going to be a knock-on. Okay, surely there will be a captain's challenge here. That was absolutely not a knock-on. That might be the single worst officiating decision I've ever seen. And you know it's true because, I'm saying that against my own team. That was absolutely not a knock-on. It was knocked out by Matt Moylan. It'll be 6 again to the Titans. And it went backwards. For starters, it went about 10 metres backwards. I mean, if it went any further backwards, he basically would have spat it out of his own butthole. If it went any further backwards, it's come straight out of his ass. Like, that is not a knock-on in any capacity. Beatloaf, STL, ahoy there. Welcome along. Of course, the challenge is successful. For anyone who can see the game, who's following along at home, you couldn't get a ball that's gone further backwards than that. That is the single worst officiating call I think I've seen all season. We all saw that live. There was no debate about it at all. It should have been 6 again, but look, it's a result for the Titans, and they've swung this momentum around. They're on top in this game at the moment, even though they're behind on the scoreboard. They are on top in this contest. They've got the field position. They've got the territory for the past 4 or 5 minutes. They play wide now. Tackle 2. Tackle 2. Is it going to be called? It is going to be called. Tackle 2. The 10 metres out only, though. Here's Big Tino. Now that's who we need to score a try. That'd be great for our multi. Big Tino gets over. Scores himself a try. That'd be great. Short ball. I don't think he was necessarily expecting that. Was Isaac Liu. He's held on to it. And they're just 5 metres out now, the Titans. Couple of plays left. Outside. Oh, that could be a try. Did he get it down? I think he doesn't look very confident there. Oh, it's been awarded. He doesn't look confident at all, does Greg Marju, but it's been awarded. It's gone up as a try. It hasn't even gone up. The referee on field has just awarded it, and there is a lot to look at here. I mean, when a player goes over the try line and gets up looking so unconfident, you would have to think it at least needs to be looked at. I don't know why he looks unconfident, though. Honestly, for a player who has legitimately just scored a try. Oh, no, he's lost it. He's lost it. He's lost it. We've got to have a look at this, surely. That's close. That's close. It's got to be called up and looked at. He didn't look confident. Oh, it's okay. We don't need to look at it. Try's been confirmed. I thought that the ball broke away from his grasp there. But I have never seen a player score a try and then get up and looking so unconfident in the fact that he scored the try. You know what I mean? He just got up and was just like, I don't know. Beatloaf STL, I can't see the game or even know what the game is, but I love your comment. Well, feel free to jump on the Discord, Beatloaf. I'm sharing my screen. I'm sharing my screen on the Discord server. If you are curious to check out this Australian sport that we're following along with here. Dale Finucane's on. Oh, how good is roller derby? Hey, who loves roller derby? Oh, I used to watch roller derby. Yeah, I used to watch the roller derby on TV. It was on Fox back in the day. Oh, I love that stuff. Professional wrestling and roller derby. That was like how I spent my weekends back when I was younger. Anyway, Shark, get us back underway again. It's 10 points all. 10 points all. We're nearly halfway to our overs, which it'll be a great result. James Intox, you've never done it. You used to skate, though. And slot cars. Oh, used to love the slot cars as well. Dad used to take me to the slot car track when I was little. I don't understand it necessarily. Like, looking back, it's like, why did I get so much enjoyment of standing there with a controller? It's not even like a video game, you know? I stand there with a controller that's literally just an accelerator. But for some reason, it was just so cool. I don't understand it. But yeah, it was great. It was great. Now, this is Titans ball. And I don't know what. That was a shambles. A complete and total mess. And they found themselves in an offside position there, the Titans. So, yes, anyways, Beatloaf, if you are interested in checking out the game, I am sharing it on the Discord server. Actually, I don't know if you're on the Discord. Yes, you are. Okay, I can see you there. Well, I think that's your legs. And, okay, I'll calm myself down. I think that photo is just your legs. And, okay, I'm going to shut up. The Sharks have got the ball here. 5 meters out from the line. Can we see some more points here? Nico Hines, the birthday boy. Out the back it goes. Wade Graham takes it out 5 meters out, and that should be a penalty. Oh, apparently not. No. Talakai rumbles it forward. He's holding off 3 guys, all on his own. A meter out from the line. Cam McInnes tackled. I think they might have got a 6 again, actually, out of that. Maybe, yeah, it wasn't a penalty. It was 6 again. Crash ball, and he's lost it forward there. Who is that? Number 11. Take yourself off the field, mate. Go home, Brenton Nakora. Oh, and then a one-on-one strip. He tried his best to make up for that. Oh, the Sharks have really been brought down to the Titans level here. I mean, is that fair to say? Is that fair to say that the Sharks are not necessarily setting the world on fire, let's be fair, but, you know, is it fair to say that they've been brought down to the Titans level so far in this contest? I might be a little bit biased because the Sharks are my team, and that's why I'm asking. I'm throwing this question out there to the chat room. Is that fair to say? Is it a fair assessment of how we're going? Because that happens, you know, like you play, if you're in the 8 and you're playing a bottom of the table team, sometimes they get their game dragged down. They don't come out and smash them like you would expect them to do. They just get dragged down. And, yeah, it turns into a little bit of a mess. Oh, Nico Hines has picked the ball up and he's got some open space. The birthday boy is into open space. He always looks like he's running at half pace, Nico Hines. Talakai hits them. Welcome to, a very, very popular Australian sport, Beatloaf STL. Yeah. Lots of sexy men running around, hammering each other. Gotta love it. Hines with the cutout ball, and Katoa's got that was forward pass. No, it's not. It's not. It's not a forward pass. Everybody stopped. Everybody stopped. Everybody stopped playing there, but yeah, the Titans have brought it down. Isaako brings it down. And the Titans have got the ball back. We could be going into halftime at 10 points all. Offload to nobody. It's worked out all right for them, though, the Titans. And they're now tackled. James Intox, where was your slot car track? Oh, in Brisbane, yeah. So, you know. But born in New South Wales, but raised in Brisbane. Big Tino takes a hit up. Offloads on tackle 4. They're 30 metres out here, fifth and last. What can they do? Titans, short side play. Sexton. There's some open space there. Moylan gets the ball inside. Risky pass to Mulatalo. Beatloaf STL, what colour are the Titans wearing? Oh, what's happened here? It's a knock on. It's been called a knock on against Mulatalo. Wade Graham has gone immediately for the captain. Oh, fight. Bring back the Biff. This is as close as we get to a fight here in Australia, Beatloaf, because if anyone throws a punch, they basically get thrown out of the game. So you can't punch. There's just going to be a lot of shirt pulling and squabbling. That's as close as we get to a fight in this sport anymore. And I've got to say, Mulatalo's just knocked that ball on. He's just dropped it. Look at that, a couple of Queenslanders going at it. Mulatalo and Big Tino. Finucane's already bleeding. I think he's been on the field for about 10 minutes and he's already gushing out blood. Sorry, Beatloaf. What colours are the Titans wearing? So they're in the white. Oh, and also, James, I remember, apart from the squeaky controllers, I also remember, like, you'd spin off the track. You went a bit too hard into a corner. You'd spin off the track. You'd go over. You collect, and you'd look underneath the car, and you would have to like shuffle the, what do you call them? The little square pieces, the square bits of padding underneath the car that keep it in the slot. You had to like realign those. You're acting as if like, oh, you're just sort of acting as if, oh, this is the reason why I went off track. Not because I pulled the trigger a little too hard. It's definitely a misaligned thing underneath. I don't know. Maybe that was just me. Beatloaf STL says this is a beautiful sport. This is American football on steroids, Beatloaf. This is your NFL, but harder and faster with less protection, Look, no helmets, no pads. This is just men going at it. Knock on by Tino, and that'll be Sharks ball. All right, I'll be right back. Beatloaf says, full disclosure, I like some man on man. Well, that's not surprising in the slightest. I mean, dudes love some woman on woman. Why wouldn't women like some man on man? Makes sense. Fifth and last, Sharks. Isaako leaps up above them all, takes that down. Oh, Moylan looking for the one-on-one strip. Dangerous stuff there. Five and a half minutes to go. We are definitely looking at a 10-all scoreline approaching halftime. And who would have seen that coming? Honestly, this has been a weekend of not necessarily upsets, because the Cowboys did end up getting home last night, but the Dragons beat the Rabbitohs. Manly were well on top of the Cowboys for 73 minutes of the contest. Kennedy's given it off to Katoa to bring it back. Will Kennedy doesn't want to do the hard yards. Oh, here he is. Dummies. Shrugs off. Goes himself. Open space in front of him. Kennedy inside ball to Mulatalo. Slips. He stumbles. And that gives Tino the time. Big Tino gives his team the time. It should be 6 again and has not been called. But they've got them skittled here, the Sharks. Hines, the birthday boy, steps inside. He's a metre out. Nico Hines on tackle 3. Sharks threatening here. They do get the 6 again. Will Kennedy created that with his break upfield. They stay on the short side. Moylan, dummies, goes in. Moylan's going to get try number 2 here. Matt Moylan winding back the clock. For the second time, it's going up as no try, I think. Who cares if a defender was obstructed on the outside, you dumbass? It never went outside. It's a defensive read because he dummied the pass, you goofs. Anyway. Look at this. Moylan dummies and the Titans make a defensive read. I can't believe we're even looking at this. This is how garbage the obstruction rule. He's dummied. They bought it completely. It was a defensive read and that opened the gap. This is how garbage the obstruction rule is. That is a defensive read. He's out of the way. If this is pulled up. Oh, no. No way. Oh, this game is a joke. Gus Gould is rolling over in the grave that he's not even in yet. Wow. What an absolute joke. So you can now dummy pass, fool the defender into going for the dummy, but end up being penalised. And a knock on by the Titans. Very, very justified. Very justified knock on there. Because what an absolute garbage call. Any team, not just the Sharks. It happened to the Sharks here today. But what an absolute garbage call to any team. That you can make an opposition player fall for a dummy pass and end up getting penalised for it is an absolute joke. But the Titans have knocked the ball on. And the Sharks... And how are the Titans onside there? Well, they're not. That's how. It's a penalty. Oh, Big Tino's in there one-on-one looking for the strip. He can't win it. Sharks keep the ball. Wade Graham, oh, be careful. Be careful, dummy passing, Wade. That leads to a penalty these days. They stay on this left-hand edge. Big Dale Finucane. Good to see him back. Good to see him back. Now they go right. Moylan opens it up to Hines. Tapped on by Kennedy again. Ramian, oh, it's knocked on by Katoa. With the try line wide open. Wide open. It would have been a guaranteed try if he could have held it. Look, nothing against Katoa. It was Will Kennedy flicked the ball out. Well, it was Ramian flicked the ball out. It was at his ankles. It was a tough pickup. Had he taken it, though. Had he taken it, Oh, it would have been impressive. You can't blame him for not holding on to that one, but how miraculous it would have been if he did. Stephen Pope, the Sharks. Actually, this raises an interesting question, Stephen. I asked this. And the Titans have knocked it on again. And the Sharks are going to get another opportunity. A minute to go till the break. I was discussing how, when a top 8 team comes up against a bottom of the table team and they seem to just be brought down to their level, you know what I mean? You would expect the Sharks to just run away with this contest. But the Sharks are just falling down to the Titans level. This has been a very, very messy game. Very messy game all around. Oh, Nico Hines, he had no idea what to do there. But anyways, the Sharks will get the final set of this half. Can they sneak themselves in front? They probably deserve it. To be perfectly honest, they probably deserve it. I can't believe that you can get penalised for making the opposition fall for a dummy in 2022. Oh, early kick from Wade Graham. And he's he hasn't recollected the ball. They've recollected the ball, though, the Sharks. And that should be 6 again. Well, you would have thought it would be 6 again. Hines offloads. They've got the numbers again here. They've got them skittled. Ramian tries to go on his own. One last play here before the break. One last play. They want a penalty. They try for the crash ball. That was not the play. That was not the play. I don't understand how they weren't penalised, though, the Titans. I don't understand how that wasn't a penalty. It was not the right play, though, to go for that crash ball, that last play. But still, some interesting calls here. So we go to halftime at 10 points all. But the Sharks got penalised for making the Titans fall for a dummy pass. I will never understand that. I can't believe that this is where we've arrived. I can't believe this is where we've come to in the NRL in 2022. You can make the opposition fall for a dummy pass and they end up benefiting from it. My mind was blown by that call. Completely blown. Completely blown by that decision to take that try off the Sharks. You make the opposition fall for a dummy pass and you get penalised for it. How that wasn't a penalty, I have no idea. How was that not a penalty at the back end of that half? Absolutely unbelievable. That wasn't a penalty. And again, it's just a technicality. Like, you can't necessarily blame the referees. Like, they're instructed to give a 6 again. It's a penalty at the other end of the field. It's a 6 again at that end of the field. But I think when it's so blatant, approaching halftime or approaching full time, they've created so many grey areas for themselves, because it was so obvious. It should have been a penalty rather than the 6 again. It was so blatant. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they need to, how they stop the clock? They'll stop the clock with 5 minutes to go when a try's been scored. Stop the clock. Maybe that's what we need to look at. Take away the grey areas and say, okay, look, it's a penalty down the other end. It's a 6 again. But if there's less than 5 minutes on the clock and it's that blatant, it should immediately be a penalty. So the Titans, at the moment, they go into halftime at 10 points all. The Titans have got away with being completely bamboozled by Matt Moylan, of all people. Of all people. Matt Moylan completely bamboozled them. Scored a try. His second of the day. Should have been. They fell for his dummy pass. And they end up getting a penalty out of it. And also, they blatantly obstructed with less than a minute to go on the clock inside their own half just to take it to halftime because they knew the worst that was going to happen was they were going to give away a 6 again. It's an abuse of the rules. It is what it is. I don't know how we counter it. Honestly, I don't know how we counteract it. I don't know how we get past it. I've got nothing to offer other than what I have. You know, they stopped the clock when a try is scored with 5 minutes to go. Maybe that's what we do with the 6 agains as well. It's a penalty in your own territory. It's 6 again when you're in opposition territory. Maybe that should stop when there's less than 5 minutes to go. It becomes a penalty. When it's that blatant. I don't know. But then how do you judge what is that blatant? You know? How do you judge that? Oh. It's complicated. It's complicated. It's very complex. Anyways, Beatloaf STL, our American friend, enjoying her very first introduction into NRL. I am assuming that this would be her very first ever NRL game. $10 points all at halftime. I'll tell you what. I think my multis are sitting pretty at halftime. My same games. My multi-game multi is not looking so good at the moment. We need the Sharks to come out in the second half and just really... Yeah, they really need to get out here in the second half and up the ante. I think I saw enough in that first half to think it's possible. But at least if they go on and lose, you know, I've got that. Let's hope that they get over 44 match points. We at least get some sort of win out of the thing. God, I don't know. I just don't know though. I don't know. Very, very bizarre calls. Very bizarre. A Coop Cool 99. Ahoy there, mate. So it's 10 points all at halftime. 10 points all. So we had Sione Katoa scored first for the Sharks. Unconverted by Nico Hines. Scored out wide, to be fair. I was actually saying this, like Nico Hines is probably considered, percentage-wise, Nico Hines is probably considered one of the worst goal kickers. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what everyone else thinks. He's got a really bad record this year, though. Like, it's around the 60% mark. The Sharks have a tendency to score out wide. Nico Hines has always got tough conversions. So, yeah, Sione Katoa, he scored the first try. 10 minutes in, Nico Hines missed the conversion. Matt Moylan scored 14 minutes. Sharks were looking well on top. Converted 10 points to 0. But then the Titans got themselves back into the contest. Titans started winning the battle in the midfield. The forwards were making territory, got themselves back into the game. They scored. Bo Formo, 18 minutes. Converted by Jamayne Isaako, 10 points to 6. And then Greg Marzu scored in the 24th minute. unconverted. 10 points all. The Sharks then did score a try. Matt Moylan again. Matt Moylan scored his second try. Dummy pass that the Titans defensive line completely fell for. The Titans defensive line completely fell for it. Made a defensive read. Moylan went over and scored the try, but it was pulled back for an obstruction. No try awarded. It remained 10 points all. I can't understand how you can throw a dummy pass, fool the defense, make the defense do a defensive read to go to the outside man and end up getting penalized for it. I don't understand it. But it was called. It was called an obstruction. Unbelievable. Unbelievable call. It's 10 points all. Yeah, it'll take me a while to get over that call. It'll take me a long time to get over that call. I can't believe that. I just cannot believe that. I cannot believe that in 2022, you can throw a dummy pass. Pull the defensive line to fall for the dummy, and you end up getting penalized for it. I can't process that. I can't believe that that's where we are in 2022. I can't process it. I just simply cannot. But that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. It's exactly what happened. Matt Moylan threw a dummy. The entire Titans defensive line fell for it, and they ended up getting a penalty out of it. James Intox says Dragons plus 10.5. Storm 1-12. Cowboys 1-12. Panthers 13 plus. Sharks 1-12. And Sevo to score a try. And Swans for the win. Who's put that bet on? That's your weekend multi? James says, I think Beatloaf STL is in love with you, Dan. Well, who can blame her? Let's be honest. Can't say as I blame anybody for that. Right, so this is your weekend multi. Dragons plus 10.5. Storm 1-12. That was a big call. Storm 1-12. That was a massive call. Cowboys 1-12. Panthers 13 plus. Panthers 13 plus is bound to happen. Surely bound to happen. Sharks 1-12. Sevo to score a try. And the Swans for the win. Kai Collins McCoy, ahoy! What's going on with this game? Oh, God, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Gus Gould is rolling over in the grave that he's not even in yet. With that obstruction ruling, I'll tell you. I can't wait to hear his take on that on either on Channel 9 or on his podcast. 6 Tackles with Gus on Spotify or Apple or wherever you get your podcast from. 6 Tackles with Gus is a great podcast. I understand that a lot of Queenslanders hate Gus because he speaks the truth. He speaks the truth. He doesn't suck the anus of all your little Queensland favourites. So I understand why Queenslanders hate Gus. But yeah, love his podcast. Very knowledgeable. Very informative. And I'll be very interested to hear his take on what we've just witnessed the obstruction rule become in 2022 in this game. Should be Sharks 16-10, basically. timestamp it. It should be the Sharks up 16-10, which, look, 16-10 is still not good enough for a supposed top 8 team playing a team that's battling for the wooden spoon. 16-10 at halftime is not good enough by any capacity, but it should be 16-10. Okay, so what do we got? The Sydney Swans are losing. Oh, D, are you asking about the obstruction thing? Okay, so basically what happened was Matt Moylan did a dummy pass and then went over and scored a try because the entire Titans defensive line fell for the dummy. Every single Titans player fell for the dummy pass. But it was called an obstruction. The Titans player made a defensive read when Moylan dummied and went for the outside man. Made a defensive decision to go out and try and tackle the player he thought was going to receive the ball. So essentially, he fell for the dummy pass. But it was called back for an obstruction because the player who went out to make the tackle ended up on the backside of the Sharks player. And it was called an obstruction because he made a defensive decision to go for that tackle, ended up behind the other player because of the defensive decision that he made, and still ended up getting rewarded for it. No, Moylan did not run behind his own man. He dummy passed. It was a dummy pass. He stepped back inside and scored the try. That's what makes it so mind-blowing. He dummied and stepped back inside and scored the try. It's a defensive decision, exactly. The Titans fell for the dummy pass, ended up behind the support runner because of the defensive read, not because the support runner ran through the line, because the Titans made a defensive decision to go for that player. And it got called an obstruction. And that's why I'm saying Gus Gould is rolling over in the grave that he's not even in. Horrible decision. It should be the Sharks 16-10. It's not. That try got disallowed. It is what it is. It's 10-all at halftime. The worst, the absolute single worst. So basically now in 2022, the precedent's been set in this game. You can't successfully dummy pass anymore. In 2022, you cannot successfully dummy pass because you'll get called obstruction if the defense falls for your dummy. It was the worst call I've ever seen in my life. The defensive line fell for a dummy pass, and the defensive line that fell for the dummy ended up being rewarded for it by taking the try away. My mind was blown. But anyways, long way to go in this game. It should be 16-10 to the Sharks. They need to put that behind them. I clearly can't put it behind me, but they need to put it behind them and come out and just blow this away in the second half. So a couple of people have got the Sydney Swans in a multi. What's going on over there in the cross-country basketball? The good old cross-country basketball. Well, Sydney are getting slaughtered is what's happening. Sydney are getting slaughtered by, who's that? POR. Portugal? Portugal are beating Sydney by about 30 points. Yeah, well, good on Portugal. In your opinion, is DCE $1 million player? No. No, I would, I would not. Yeah, me personally, I wouldn't have DC on any more than 700K. Personally, Asus Australia, you think he's worth $1 million? I think it was if he was worth $1 million, I think he would have. Oh, Hines shows and goes, and they've got numbers here. Hines back on the inside, kicks. It should be taken by the Titans. It is, and in goal, going to be a dropout. It's going to be Sharks ball. His kicking game is the best in the league. Oh, jeez, that's a big call, and I think that 100% fit Adam Reynolds might have something to say about that too. And Nathan Cleary. Best in-game kicking out of the Queenslanders in the league, probably. I would be happy for you to say that. He's probably the best Queensland kicking option. But geez, if we're talking about like game management, general in-play kicking, I'm going Adam Reynolds. I mean, yeah, geez, that. Oh, straight through the gap. Sharks, inside ball. Brayley scores. There we go. They get their try. Let's see them take this off them. Let's find a way to take this off them, huh? Sharks score. 14-10, kick to come. Moylan, the short ball. Teague Wilton straight through the gap. Brayley lurking on the inside in support. Let's see him take this off him, huh? Try confirmed. For some reason, I don't understand how that try was confirmed. The Titans made a defensive read to go 2-on-1 on Moylan, and he got the ball off to an unmarked man outside him, so that probably should be an obstruction if the previous call's anything to go by. Titans probably hard done by there, based on earlier decisions in the game. But anyways, I'll try and let that go. I'll try and let it go. Nico Hines here. Very easy conversion. He's got to make this. He's got to make this. Oh, yes, he's got it. He's kicked it. James says, should I time out Joe Tucker? No, you can't time out people just for saying go the other team. that is a horrendous abuse of power. We're allowed to disagree. You're just lucky Michelle's not here, James. Oh, God, I'll tell you what, Michelle's in a bad mood after last night. Michelle's still going on about that forward pass. I fell asleep. I missed the game. I watched the replay this morning, and I was like, oh, holy crap, that was a forward pass. And she's like, shut up. Don't remind me. Don't remind me. I don't want to relive it. And also the Cameron Munster in goal. where his foot was clearly not grounded, planted behind the line. It should not have been a penalty for out on the full. He did not have his foot grounded behind the line. I mean, it was close. It was a very close call. He clearly didn't have it grounded, though, in my opinion. But yeah, she's just like, don't, shut up, don't remind me. God, okay, I'm not saying another word. Sharks are back down on the attack again, though. Careful with dummy passes. Hines has knocked it on. The birthday boy. Well, you know what? Honestly, I would. If Adam Reynolds were playing, the value of Adam Reynolds, it's hard to quantify in a lot of respects. You know, would the results have been different if Reynolds were playing? Not necessarily. I think they already surprised a lot of people with how close they got the Broncos. You know, Reynolds wouldn't necessarily have changed the result, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard to quantify. No, we'll see. I don't know. Reynolds has got such great. Well, that's a forward pass there from the Titans, surely. Yes, and it's been called. Marginal, say the commentators. Bollocks. Marginal. Oh, God. I'll be back. I need more drinks. I need way more drinks if the commentators think that was marginal. Oh, Sharks on the attack here. Oh, Moylan's passed it to nobody, and Isaako has swooped on it. That was dangerous stuff there. Dangerous. Oh, see, that's Matt Moylan. You know, for all the good that Matt Moylan does in a game, he does something like that, and that could have been game changing. But that's the sort of crap that he does. You just can't put up with, you know. He's had a good game up until that point, but that was just such a disastrous error. Throwing the ball 5 meters behind his nearest receiver. Isaako swooped on it. It could have been very disastrous there for the Sharkies. It's given the Titans an attacking opportunity. Well, that's a terrible kick. That's a horrible kick. It's still alive here. Titans ball. Beware the second kick. There's the second kick. The second kick is a little too deep. Never kick again. So what have we got? We've got 26 points here. We need some more tries here in the remaining 28 minutes. Let's get some try scorers for either team at this point in time. Finucane hits it up for the Sharks. And then, yeah, this is what we need. Tackle 2, getting up close to the halfway line. Over halfway now. Moylan with the short ball. Teague Wilton takes it up. Short side, they stay. Out the back to Kennedy. Kennedy to Mulatalo's up and goes again. Offloads to Talakai. Talakai's been... Oh, Talakai! I was about to say he's been pretty quiet tonight, but... Oh, and then he's knocked the ball on. No, he hasn't knocked the ball on. We've stopped for HIA. All right. So what's going on in the cross-country basketball? The cross-country basketball... what? Has anything happened? No, apparently not. Apparently nothing has happened. Has the game stopped? I'm pretty sure that's the exact same score it was when I checked last time. Hines, the birthday boy. Kennedy's in the line. Katoa is covered by 3. Nowhere to go here for the Sharks. 5th and last. Great gain out of that, though. What a terrible kick. Oh, it might have worked out all right, though. No, it bounces up nicely for Isaako. And it's a penalty to the Titans to boot. Sexton barrels it into touch. They're up to the halfway line almost. Great touch finder. Titans could get us back on even peaking here. Brayden Trindle getting ready to come on the field. Oh, Talakai races up. He had to make that tackle, and he did. Oh, because he raced up out of line. If he missed that tackle, it was probably try time for the Titans, to be honest. They had a very good shot anyway. They would have had 3-on-1. Talakai raced up and shut it down, though. A kick on the 4th. Kennedy takes it. Cool as you like, indeed. Ramian takes it. They're only 10 meters out from their own line, though. Tackle 2. There's a long way to go in this set. Titans on top territorially. 25 minutes to go in this game. A long way to go. Whiskey today, James. Whiskey. You know, whenever I've got a cold, it's, you know, because obviously for those who might be new to the channel, you know, I've been struggling with my health. Oh, low flat kick by Hines. I don't know what that was all about. His last couple of kicks, Nico Hines, have been questionable. Yeah, for those of you who might be new to the channel, I've been struggling with my health the past fortnight. I managed to struggle through the state of origin. But, yeah, in general, struggling with my health the past fortnight or so. And, yeah, whenever it's, like, cold-related, you smash the whiskey is what you do. It's what you do. When you're ill, you smash the whiskey. Better than medicine is whiskey, you know? Ah! Kennedy takes it on the full. Kicks up a big piece of turf. Yeah, not that the flu is good. Well, not even a flu, apparently. Like, I got tested. I got tested for everything. I got tested for four potential different strains of the flu. I got tested for COVID multiple times, of course. I had like 4 COVID tests. All negative. All flu, influenza, negative. I've either just got some new undiscovered strain of the flu, or I've just got your common cold that is just refusing to go away. Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, so I've been. It's been about 12 to 14 days. Like no joke, been like 12. It's been a couple of weeks, easy. Maybe even 3. We might even be in the 3rd week. I've lost count. It's been that bad. I've actually lost count. But yeah, like I got COVID tested. I did home rat tests. I got COVID tested at the doctor. So I've had like 3 home rat tests, negative. Got tested at the doctor, negative. I got tested for 4 different types, 4 different strains of the flu that are known to be going around, all negative. They're just like must just be standard flu. They're like standard cold and flu. They put me on Codral, like the most Codral cold and flu, the most standard stuff that you can get. You know, you just walk into the chemist and buy that. You don't even need a goddamn thing. You know, prescription. You don't even need a prescription for that. You just walk in and buy it. They're like, oh, you know, like this is we. The doctors were basically just like, we got nothing. Like we've tested you for everything we can possibly test you for, cold, flu, COVID related. You don't have it. You've just got a normal cold, just a really bad one. Yeah, a really goddamn bad one. Because I'm still not 100%. I'm feeling a lot better though. I'm feeling a lot better. Honestly, whole lot better. Just for those of you who may have been at the State of Origin stream, comparing me then to now, I think it's very noticeable that I'm clearly a lot better. I'm still not 100%. Still a little croak in my voice, you know. I'm a little bit nasally. But I'm a lot better. But it is what it is. Anyways. Collins McCoy, you wanted to mention this. I shaved my head for the world's greatest shave to raise awareness for leukemia. Great job, Collins McCoy. James says, did you get tested for the monkeypox? I did not. I don't think so anyway. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know what they tested. They could have tested me for anything. I don't know. I heard if you have a craving for bananas, that's the first sign of having it. Okay. I definitely don't have that then. I have cravings for a lot of things, but bananas are not usually one of them. Usually, as if to imply that sometimes it does happen. Nico Hines with the penalty goal. It's 18-10. Anyways, we've been distracted with all kinds of pox and monkeys and stuff. So what's happened in between that is the Sharks got a penalty, and Nico Hines has kicked the goal, and it's 18-10 to the Sharks. Damien Clark, ahoy there. Welcome along. Oh, yeah. Ahoy there, Michelle, by the way. As well. Michelle's in the chat room. Hey! Oh, sorry. Is that Big Tino's? Big Tino's on the... No, Big Tino's off. No, we need him for the multi. Yeah, Stephen Pope. Not for the same game multis, but I've got the Sharks 13 plus for a carryover multi into the next game. I need some more try scorers as well, incidentally. But still, 13 plus. I think I need Talakai and I need Talakai and Mulatalo. Actually, I need them both. It's not going to happen. Yeah, not going to happen. Anyways, Michelle, I was talking about you earlier about how you're still going on about that forward pass and how much you hate me reminding you of that forward pass in the Broncos Storm game. Yes. Oh, yes, it is. This game. Oh, not only is this game that boring, this game has got Gus Gould rolling over in a grave that he's not even in yet. I've said that a few times now. That's my go-to line. Because the obstruction rule has become so much of a joke, Gus Gould is rolling over in the grave that he's not even in yet. But anyways, Sharks have got the ball. Back to the game. There's still a quarter of this game to go, and the Sharks have got the ball 25 meters out from their own line. I kind of forget sometimes when it gets a bit dull and everything's just going through the motions. I sort of forget sometimes I'm calling a game. I'm calling a game, and people need to know what's going on, and I get myself very sidetracked with other things. Fifth and last here, Sharks. They're 40 meters out from the Titans line. Hines put the ball up high. No pressure on Marju. And that's a penalty to the Titans for something or other. Damien Clark, my team of the Sharks. I can't believe that Matt Moylan had his try taken away from him in the first half for that obstruction call. That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. That is the single worst call I've ever seen in the history of watching this sport. In 2022, here we go. I'm on it again. I'm on it again now. But in 2022, you can actually make the opposition fall for a dummy pass and end up getting penalized for it. I can't even process that. Matt Moylan dummies, sells the dummy, the defense falls for it, he scores a try, he ends up getting penalized on an obstruction. I can't process it. I can't fathom it at all. And it was such a big call. Like it has kept the Titans in this contest. It should be 24 points to 10 right now. It should be game over. Oh, Big Tino's back on. Okay. A try by him would be nice. Oh, don't tell me he's just cocked his ankle. Oh, Will Kennedy, what a pickup. What a pickup. Plucks it out of the air, brings it back 10 meters out. Oh, Hines. Out of dummy half. Waste of a play there. Talakai with the hit up. Not going anywhere this set. Fifth and last. Oh, they're going to run it. No, they're not. It's going out to Moylan. Oh, Isaako, dummies, holds up the defensive line. Should have been an obstruction, really. Precedent was set in the first half. If you throw a dummy pass and the opposition falls for it, it should be a penalty to the opposition. Inconsistencies there. Inconsistencies. Trying to milk a penalty here, the Titans. Not working for them. Will Michelle be joining us later on tonight? Michelle, I don't know. Michelle might want to do the Parramatta Roosters game. That is entirely up to her, really. Oh, and and I have a bet to make with you, Dan. If Teddy shows his ass tonight, you have to scull your drink. Am I up for that bet? Well, you're lucky that I'm a man who loves a good drink, because I will happily accept that bet. I mean, I'm going to be drinking anyway, so who cares, right? Who cares if it's a guaranteed drink? I'm pretty sure that Teddy's ass is a guaranteed drink. Oh, Moylan holds the pass up. Cut out ball. Mulatalo just had nowhere to go there. Fifth and last. Albert Kelly takes... Albert Kelly? Not Albert Kelly. Brian Kelly. I'm getting the Kellys confused. Brian Kelly took it and brings it back. So this game really quietened up in the second half. So the overs is not looking good at all with 12 minutes to go. 12 minutes to go in this contest. Overs not looking good at all. Titans bringing it into Sharks territory. Fifth and last now. 25 out. It's going to be an attacking kick. Vobsy says, reckon Panthers score in the first 8 minutes. Oh, Kennedy takes it. He's back into the in goal. Can he get out again? Yes, he can. Reckon Panthers score in the first 8 minutes against the Warriors. I reckon. I'm going to say Isaac Tago, first try scorer for the Panthers. Definitely within the first 8 minutes. Definitely. I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the first 5 minutes that the Panthers score against the Warriors. Fifth and last. Oh, that's got to be a penalty, surely. Penalty to the Sharks. Come on. Oh, the penalty. Finally. The Sharks actually get a penalty. A penny for your thoughts, Justin Holber. A penny for his thoughts should be, oh, wow, they actually called us. They actually called us for a penalty 70 minutes into the contest. Trevor Daly, ahoy there, mate. Looking forward to the Warriors game. I'm expecting big things from the Panthers. Yeah, I'm anticipating at least 50 points. I think the only way the Panthers don't score 50 is if they just decide to switch off. What? This has ended up being a penalty to the Titans? What? What? I cannot. Okay. So the Sharks have had a try taken off them in the first half for an obstruction. And now this crowding the play the ball has turned into a penalty for the Titans. I can't even process. I can't. I have no words. I have no words. I have no words. a precedent may have been set for what you can do with your elbows, and it might also have been a precedent set with what you can do with dummy passes as well, because apparently you can't make the opposition fall for a dummy pass without getting called for an obstruction these days as well. Absolutely unbelievable. Somehow that play has turned out to a Titans penalty. I can't even process that. But somehow the Titans are here on the fourth tackle on attack. I can't even imagine. I can't process what's just happened. Wow. Fifth and last Titans. They're 10 meters out. On the back of then now that's high, surely. Yeah, okay. Oh, he looked like he really didn't want to call it, but he had to call it. The referee was so like, oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I don't want to call this, but I have to. I have to. You've left me no choice. I didn't want to do this, but you've left me no choice. That was the way that he so. I can't. Oh God, I can't even process this. Oh, now that's a lifting tackle. Well, there's going to be no penalties against the Titans tonight, apparently. Yeah. Has there been, honestly, like, I know the Sharks are my team, and this is why I'm throwing it out to the chat room, but, I mean, come on. Come on. It's always easy to feel like your team's been hard done by. A kick on the fourth by Hines. Katoa's chasing through. Katoa's winning the race. Oh, and Brimson's taken down. It's going to be a set, another set for the Sharks. Perfect kick by Nico Hines. Do the Titans go for a short kickoff? A dropout. Short dropout? Is it going to happen? No, it's not. Ah, interesting. I thought they would have. You know, teams are very clearly sort of trained up on the short dropout these days. But if there was ever a time for a short dropout, that would have been it. But anyway, Sharks ball. Second tackle, 20 meters out. Hines on the open side. Moylan. Kennedy taps it on. Oh, Ramian's just thrown a horrendously heavy pass that's gone looped across the face of Katoa. It was a horrible pass by Ramian. They created the space. Kennedy taps it on. Ramian is just awful. It's definitely not Ramian. Zarberger 07. Zarberger 07 asks who I think the current best player is for the Sharks. Definitely not Jesse Ramian, because not for the first time tonight has he butchered a try. Katoa's probably having nightmares about playing outside Ramian. Titans ball now. Oh, Furmore with the most ridiculous attempted offload you will ever see in your life has just given the ball straight back to the Shark. Oh, and there's an elbow to the face. Well, not an elbow, a forearm. Forearm to the face. He's arcing up his old mate, Jared Wallace. He's not happy with the call. That should be a send-off. Boom! He's just come forearm to the face. That is a send-off, surely. They're challenging the decision of high contact. He has just forearmed him right in the chin. Look at this. Kaboom! Their captain challenging that. That is officially the worst captain's challenge all season. That is the worst captain's challenge in the history of captain's challenges. He's not even going to go to the bin. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's a forearm. It's a forearm to the face. My mind is just blown at some of the calls tonight. It should be 24-10 to the Sharks. Like, that obstruction call in the first half. Arcade Angel. Oh, you can't hear me. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm going to type. I am going to type in the chat room what I was saying. Okay. Okay. All right. So, anyways, I got very excited to see you and said, I will. All right. That'll do. That'll do. That's enough. Okay. Very excited. Yay. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to get overs here. Overs is not going to happen, is it? Oh, he's taken high. They got away with this again. That's a high shot. Talakai. He's dropped it. And that's a knock on. Oh, Stephen Pope, terrible game. This has been atrocious. This brings me back to my original question that I asked a while ago. When you've got a team in the top 8 playing a team at the bottom of the table, do they sort of fall down to their level, you know? Do they fall down to their level? I feel like the Sharks have really been brought down to the Titans level today. Okay, it should be 24-10. Fair enough. Should be 24-10. But still, James Intox says, hang on, do Arcade Angel and Dan know each other? Yes, we do. I was about to type that in the chat room because she can't hear us. Yeah, we're very good friends. Arcade and I go way back. Oh, that was close. No try. We're looking at this. I can't believe it. Can't believe we're even looking at this. Oh! Is that a try? They're going to award this because the Titans, aren't they? This would not be a try to anybody else, but they're going to award this. No, it's called a knock on. Oh, good. Good. I honestly thought they were going to award that. I thought, oh, God. I really thought when it went to that next level, I thought they were going to award that. Anyways, arcade. Instagram me. Oh, Moylan trying to go straight through. James, those are not reasons for timing people out, mate. Insults, personal insults. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know where I'm going with this? Saying the Sharks are not going to make the top 8 is not a reason for timeout. I mean, it's a ridiculous statement. Let's be honest. Stupid statement. Next year. Next year. Next year? You're going to message me next year? Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. It's not on. It's not on. Not on. Not on. Oh, wow. What a hit there. He's managed to offload it, and Moylan's knocked the ball backwards. Hines, oh, he's kicked it straight into the receiving arms of Wallace. And it's the Titans racing away with this. Oh, Mazu gets away. He's going to score a try. It's going to be 18-16. This is going to be 2-point difference. Consolation try to the Titans. But it is the Sharks who get away with the win here. Absolutely unbelievable. What the hell just happened there? What just happened? Wallace takes it on the fall, flicks it out. Fermor breaks through. What a pickup by Marju, and he gets away from Katoa to score the try. Nothing doing there. Nothing doing in defense. Sharks win, but yeah, wow. Ah! Whoa! Hang on, what's happening? What's happening? We're reviewing. Okay, so Matt Moylan's knocked the ball on and then regains possession, which ends that play. So it's no try. Wow. Wow. It's been a knock on by the opposition all the way up the other end of the field. Well, you know what? That is justice for the no try for the Sharks in the first half for that horrible obstruction penalty. Obstruction. Should have been 24-10 Sharks. But anyways, 18-10 Sharks. We'll take it. We'll take it. The Sharks will take it. All right, we've got half an hour to kill. Half an hour to kill. And then I'll be back, Panthers, Warriors. Panthers, Warriors, 5:30. Ow. Sorry. Panthers, Warriors, approximately 30 minutes from now. I'll see you then. Thank you very much for joining me for this one. We got Panthers, Warriors, and then we got Eels, Roosters. Double header coming up next. Yes. Catch you then. All right. Thank you very much for joining me for this one. Cheers. Panthers, Warriors, Roosters, Eels. Coming up next. Half hour time. Waste a world of sports. Let's do it.